France stands proud and powerful. Notions of courtly love have ushered in an era of nobility and chivalry. The legacy of Charlemagne still resonates with noble and commoner alike. Europe is a continent divided by mistrust and centuries of violence. As crusades carve a bloody swathe in the distant east, the ideals of chivalry and honor are tested time and again. In times of war, much is sacrificed. Countless lives are lost to battle and honor so that a kingdom can prosper.
You can also recruit agents to serve your kingdom here. You can only recruit a limited number of some agents, and you must improve your buildings to recruit more. Once trained, your agents can undertake special missions. To spy on other factions, right-click on an army, character, or settlement belonging to that faction.
Slipping in unseen, moi.
Right-click to move your army to any part of the highlighted area. Attack by right-clicking on a rival's army or settlement. Merge with a friendly army or board a fleet by moving onto it. The icons under your settlement show the income, loyalty, and growth of the settlement. Icons will also appear if the settlement is close to rioting, under siege, or has the plague. Move your mouse over the icons for more information. This settlement is a city. Your cities are your major source of income from taxation and trade. You will need to ensure that your people stay happy for your city to function at its best. This scroll shows a summary of important information about your faction and progress. You can automate construction, recruitment, and taxation in all your settlements. Use the slider to decide the proportion of your treasury your governors will spend when auto-managing a settlement. Religion is central in these times, and the Pope is both the religious leader of all Catholics and the head of the Papal States. You should bear in mind each faction standing with the Pope during your diplomatic relations with those factions. There are 13 positions in the College of Cardinals. New cardinals are selected when a position is vacant. To increase the chance of your priests being selected as cardinals, stay in the Pope's good graces and send your priests on converting missions.
In God's name.
Orders? An order, Seigneur! I am a warrior, not a diplomat.
I bring word from England, noble sire. No, we cannot agree to this now. This seems quite reasonable. Good day to you.
Adoption enables you to bring new blood into your ruling family. A man with respectable command, piety, chivalry, or dread will make a useful addition to your faction. Your first mission has arrived. You will receive missions and requests from various people from time to time. Completing missions involves certain benefits, but ignoring them can result in negative consequences. You can obtain better quality weapons and armor for your men by constructing a blacksmith's, armorer's, or foundry in this settlement. Once complete, these buildings provide superior equipment for all new units trained here.
Seigneur. Seigneur. Orders? Today's march ends. Mon roi.
Maintaining a siege on the settlement will eventually starve out the enemy. However, in this time, the enemy might summon reinforcements. Click the Maintain Siege button to continue your siege, or the Assault button when you have siege equipment and are ready to attack. To withdraw from the siege, click the Lift the Siege button. This scroll allows you to compare your faction with other competing factions on the map. Use the arrows and faction buttons under the graph to compare each faction's success in different areas.
Orders? To battle it is, then, Seigneur. Oui, beginning the siege at once. Seigneur. Oui, Seigneur. To battle for mon roi, for France. We have them pinned down.
Softly, Seigneur.
Orders? To battle it is then, mon roi. Orders?
The strength of an army is shown on its banner. The more colour on the banner, the more men are present. Any stars next to the army show the command rating of its general.
The siege goes as planned, mon roi.
This scroll enables you to view the state of diplomatic relations between each faction at a glance. Use this scroll to aid you in making and breaking alliances during your campaign.
Mon roi. Seigneur. Mon roi. Oui.
I can greet you, but not so.
Princesses can engage in diplomacy with foreign emissaries. Right-click on a character, army or settlement belonging to another faction to enter negotiations.
Mon roi. Seigneur. Ready and able.
Merchants can be used to trade resources and make acquisitions. Hold your cursor. Moving your priest into a province converts the population to your religion. Right-click anywhere in a province to start
By
converting.
your will, Seigneur. Seigneur. To battle for mon roi, for France. Prepare for battle. Montjoie Saint-Denis.
Your siege equipment is automatically attached to one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right-click on the equipment when the cursor changes to a hand. Left-click on Show Me How for details of your objectives, as well as the use of battering rams, ladders, and towers.
The battering ram is in place! It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall. Our men have reached the gates with the...
You have successfully used a ram to destroy an enemy gate. Quickly send troops through the breach and establish a foothold in the settlement before they can force you out.
Our men have done well! The gates have fallen!
You have pressed the special unit abilities button for the...
The battering ram has done its work. Now it is time for brave hearts and brave deeds.
It is possible to set arrows alight to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming arrows have reduced accuracy, but are more devastating when they land and have a greater effect on morale. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to do this.
Grâce à Dieu, we have captured the enemy's walls.
Once your men are in combat, you can make them break off by double right-clicking on a point behind them. This can be a useful trick if your men are faster than the enemy's. When using this tactic, however, it is inevitable that you will lose a few men.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash...
Enemy cavalry are readying an attack on the flanks of these already engaged spearmen. Either pull them back or commit other troops in support. Left-click the Show Me How button to zoom to your unit. Cavalry charge, they cause extra casualties due to the momentum of their attack. A cycle of charge, withdraw, charge causes maximum casualties for minimum losses. Repeat until done. You do not only win a battle by killing every last enemy soldier on the field, you also win by causing them to break and flee. When a unit routs, the panic spreads, and nearby units may join them. This can turn into a mass rout.
Bonjour, Sonny! Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army. The enemy is badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Avancez!
Seigneur, our men are in command of the city. Unit, charge! This is an act heroic, which only belongs to men of great virtue and valor. Nothing can stand in our way. What was the
When you
enemy
capture
is
a
now
settlement,
yours.
you have the option to occupy, sack, or exterminate. Occupying a settlement brings it under your rule peacefully, but the people might rebel against you. Sacking allows your troops to loot and pillage, which gives an order and cash bonus, but buildings are damaged and people are killed. Exterminating kills most of the population and reduces the level of the buildings, but brings the population under your control.
Orders. Mon roi.
Seigneur!
Before you launch an attack on this neutral faction, be sure to consider the possible implications. Have you considered who your new enemy is allied with, or where the loyalty of your own allies will lie?
Where shall we strike?
You're at war. Look to your frontier provinces to ensure they are garrisoned and recruit extra units where necessary. Send spies to locate the enemy and assassins to kill their generals.
Let us stop waiting. Ready and able. For the honor of France, we will attack. Oui, Seigneur. Besieging France's enemies. Give the order.
Begone! You are not my liege! Mon roi.
We march on our victims, Seigneur.
Making trade agreements with other factions is a good place to start. Trade agreements are likely to be accepted and will increase the trade income generated by your settlements and merchants.
It seems we have reached an agreement. Good. This concludes our meeting, yes?
If you need to refer to them later, details of your current missions are kept on the missions scroll. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to access the missions scroll.